Hey everyone, welcome to the third week of October 2024 Railfan updates and announcements. Another tour spur that should let you all know about is the Belfast and Moosehead Lake Railroad in the town of Unity, Maine, not far from Waterville. They have fall and holiday themed trains in October, November, and December this year. Also up in Maine, one of the volunteers at the New England Steam Corporation was needle scaling the engineer's side of Maine Central 470's boiler recently. Donations and volunteers significantly moved this project along. On Friday, October 4th, volunteers of the Flying Yankee Association began preparing the train set for the winter, and parts of the restoration project were completed, including sealing a roof vent on the A car, sealing vestibules, and more. On Tuesday this past week, volunteers at the Rochester and Genesee Valley Railroad Museum worked on various projects, including the Patch Shop Locomotive No. 5, the open-air flat car, and more. At the Erie Turntable in Port Jervis, New York, their online store has HO-scale models of their diesel locomotives for pre-order, including the Middletown, New Jersey No. 2 and Western Maryland No. 76. All of the proceeds will go towards the restoration of the real Middletown and New Jersey No. 2 locomotive. We have an update on Long Island Steam Locomotive No. 35, as the shipment date has been pushed back to Monday, October 28th. The Oyster Bay Railroad Museum still needs our help, so definitely share the GoFundMe link on your social media pages. At the time I made this video, $1,754 has been raised. Another piece of rail equipment at Steamtown had its cosmetic restoration completed is the Empire Refinery's tanker car. Again, the Iron Horse Society's fundraising efforts help restore rail equipment at Steamtown from fundraiser excursions and donations. At the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania, volunteers were giving former Reading boxcar number 5078 a fresh coat of paint at the time I made this video. One of the passenger cars at the Stewartstown Railroad is almost done with its exterior work, and the interior work of the car will start soon. We have another PRR 1361 restoration fundraiser thanks to the well-known railroad artist Andrew Fletcher. For every 1361 drawing sold, $5 will be donated to 1361's restoration to operating condition. Also on Tuesday this past week, the construction of the second double-track long bridge that will go over the Potomac River has officially begun and is currently scheduled to be completed in 2030. When this new bridge is built, it will significantly reduce the rail traffic congestion, reducing trip time and delays. A new separate pedestrian/biking bridge is also included in this project. Back in the state of Florida, the Florida Adventures in Railroading has applied more paint and lettered the Bahamian passenger car of the same title. And I must say, I really love the paint scheme on this car. We are getting closer and closer to fully fund Grand Trunk Western 4070's frame repairs because as of Tuesday last week, $9,797 has been raised with only $5,000 to go. Coming November 2nd and 3rd this year, the Hocking Valley Scenic Railroad will operate steam specials with Locomotive No. 3. And there are plenty of tickets available for these special train rides. The Mad River and Nickel Plate Railroad Museum in Bellevue, Ohio has been restoring New York Central caboose number 20480 at the time I made this video. Plans call to restoring it into New York Central green with appropriate lettering and heralds. Coming next year in May 2025, the LaGrange, Kentucky Railfest 175 will be happening to celebrate 175 years of the railroad serving the community. This event will go from May 9th to the 11th. One very important note is that the CSX line that runs through the middle of town will remain active, so please use caution around the railroad tracks as your safety is the railroad's top priority. Also in Kentucky, the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation will be having work sessions on November 2nd and the 16th, as well as December 7th and the 21st. No experience is required as the folks there will be willing to teach you on restoring rail equipment and other things. The Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum in Chattanooga is getting a boost as it received a $67,500 state grant for window replacements in the Grand Junction Depot, electrical upgrades in the museum's coachyard, and roof repairs in the main office building. The Mid-Continent Railway Museum has received new ties thanks to the $5,000 matching grant challenge. The ties are estimated to be installed in November this year. The Midwest Overland Rail Preservation Society's former Union Pacific DDA-40X diesel locomotive number 6925 has been placed on active rail, and it's ready for the next step of its restoration. The group has also reported that 6925 will be wearing a special paint scheme for the 250th anniversary of America celebration. Stay tuned for more updates from this group in the future. At the fairgrounds in Tulsa, Oklahoma, cosmetic work on Dirk's number 207 is close to completion. The volunteers of the Oklahoma Heritage Railway Association have been working to make sure her paint looks as presentable as they can, and most recently painted her cab interior. So far with their fundraiser, they have raised about $2,000, $500 of which were generously donated by Shields. Shout out to you guys. And the association thanks everyone for their continued support. Be sure to check out their website at okheritagerail.org and keep on the lookout for a ride opportunity on a local shortline railroad. At the association's other site, The Village, the volunteers there have been hard at work doing some other smaller jobs, including some painting on steam locomotive 4500's rods, as well as some woodwork including the replacement of a catwalk board on their tanker car. This all leads up to the annual event at the end of next month, November, turning on the Christmas lights for the first time, which will be on nightly between late November this year and early January 2025. In the neighboring state of Texas, the Spirit of Slayton project was launched to not only give Santa Fe Railroad steam locomotive number 1809 a fresh cosmetic restoration, but also build a shelter to protect it from the weather elements. And donations are needed to make this cosmetic restoration happen. A company called Yesco recently announced that it will restore the vintage Rio Grande sign from an old depot in Salt Lake City and install it on top of the mechanical shop building at the Heber Valley Railroad in Heber City, Utah. And last but not least, Mount Emily Shay locomotive number 1 has recently been having her smaller parts reinstalled after her trip to her new home. It has been reported that she will be on display on the turntable during the upcoming holiday express runs. After that, the tubes will be replaced and the crews will finish up her 1472-day FRA inspection/rebuild to get her back under steam. Also, a fun fact about this Shay locomotive is that it once operated at Cass, West Virginia as Shay locomotive number 3, and it was the only oil burner that operated there at the time. Thank you all so much for watching and showing your continued support for this channel, rail preservation, and more passenger rail service. Don't forget to click on the links below in the description to learn more, buy your tickets, or donate. And to stay up to date on a lot more Railfan updates and announcements videos in the future, click on the subscribe button and select the Receive All Notifications option after clicking the bell. I will leave a playlist of the Railfan updates and announcements videos on the left, as well as another video that YouTube will recommend for you on the right. And to help this YouTube channel support more rail preservation projects across the country, hit the like button and comment your support down below. That is all for this week. This is Transcontinental Railfan, and I'll see you all next time.